Robert, very good to meet you.
Morning, David. How are you?
Very well, very good to see you. Bright and cheerful day.
Lovely sunny day at Hemswell today. Yeah, very lucky.
Is it always sunny at Hemswell?
No, it's only because you're here, David.
Must be the trousers. Where are your yellow trousers anyway?
I did think about putting my one on, but no, not today. So when was the last time you were here at Hemswell?
Well, I reckon when I was filming Put Your Money Where Your Mouth Is for the BBC, probably about 15 years ago. Right. But I don't think this room, which is the guard room, isn't
this
it?
building, we opened this building about 10 years ago now.
Right.
And took the roof off and put 200 ton of steel,
Wow.
went up, and it's created a real wow effect.
I mean, it seriously is. The moment you walk in, it's actually quite a shock, isn't it?
Yeah.
At how wowy it is.
I did have a big job with the planners with this building, and I've just put a massive planning application to extend this building. So
Have you?
It's going to be very interesting to see what they say about that.
Well, you're still smiling, dealing with the planners and still smiling. I think that's a feat in itself.
Yeah, I'm not like Clarkson.
So how many dealers have you got?
In total in Hemswell, we've got about 375 dealers in the 4 buildings. So we've got the guard room, building number 1, building 2 and building 3. So obviously we're open 7 days a week, 10 till 5, and obviously for overseas buyers, we will open kind of earlier.
Oh, will you?
Open
Will you?
later.
Yeah.
Particularly when the fairs are on locally at Lincoln and Newark.
Right.
We do tend to stay open later. We're doing a lot of virtual tours overseas in China and Japan, Taiwan, Norway.
Wow.
And obviously we do start early or stay late to do
Well, I
those.
suppose it depends on what time it is in Japan.
Depends on the time difference.
So when you say a virtual tour, is this a virtual selling tour?
Yeah, so it's all virtual selling. That's all it's doing. So I'm walking around and I walk and I'll look at this piece. I'll go through this piece if they're interested in it. I'll tell them a little bit about the piece, whether there was any damage, any repairs on it. So I'm their eyes really, and then I'd obtain the best trade price for them that I could possibly do, and then we'd arrange shipping wherever in the world for them.
Do you know, that's actually quite remarkable. The first person I met that is doing this. This is going to be normal, isn't it?
Yeah, we're doing it. Well, I've got another very big one next to it. So this is the secure room. A lot of jewellery in this area here.
Oh, I see. That, so it's literally a safe, isn't it?
So it is a really
Wow.
looking safe.
I better not show the locking mechanisms.
So a lot of silver, a lot of jewellery in here. Anything with a blue dot on the ticket means that the item's live on the web. There's about 7,000 items now on the web.
Right.
If it's got a blue dot, it means that Hemswell have actually put it on the web. If it's got a green dot, it means the dealers actually put it onto our website.
Wow.
So
You are very organised, Robert, I must say. I mean, for someone in the antiques business to be so organised, you are a rarity.
I'm not a dealer. I'm more of an entrepreneur, building businesses. You know, my other business was Wiltshire Farm Foods. I traded as Lynx Foods.
Yeah.
I was one of the first operators of that in the UK, and we built that to a massive operation.
Wow,
It
yeah.
was sold out 5 years ago.
Right.
So I'm really focused on building customer service.
Right.
But you wouldn't expect probably in this business. So, see here, this person here, he's got green dots on his.
Right.
So he's actually put these on the web himself and taken the photographs.
Right, okay, so you're really taking this model and applying
Yeah. I mean,
proper business sense
What
to
I
it.
do is I'll show you the photo studios because
Yeah.
they're really state of the art what we're doing.
Wow, okay, I'll just keep following you, yeah. Sorry, ladies, we're going now.
We're just drooling.
Aren't we all here? My goodness.
Okay,
Yeah.
so, you know, we were very lucky with this building. We closed it when we refurbished it, and totally, you can see the roofs. These were concrete roofs, and we just sprayed them.
Yeah.
And we were able to spend 6 months actually developing this building.
Right.
And it's really been fantastic what we've created.
I think genuinely it's obvious that you've spent a lot of money on this place.
Yeah.
So, you know, Wiltshire Farm Foods, I know of it. My father-in-law used to have his food delivered by your company.
Yeah.
So a very successful company.
Yeah.
And I hope you don't mind me saying, you've obviously made a lot of money because you put a lot of money into this.
I mean, I was only a franchisee, but I was a third in the UK, but I had a lot of input into the success of Wiltshire Farm Foods in the early days and how we grew that
Right.
business. And I remember being in the CEO's office saying, you know, we need to get an app, we need to be doing the website, we need to be doing social media. And it was a great experience,
But you've taken that, you put real money into this, Robert. Yeah. And it shows. It shows.
You've got to.
Yeah.
You've got to. So this area is a vintage area. This is the only vintage area in this building. You can see it's pretty empty. We've been hit pretty hard recently. Weekends here at Hemswell are getting so busy now.
Now, hang on a minute. When you say you've been hit hard, what do you mean?
Well, we're just really, really busy.
Right.
Really busy.
Okay.
You know, general public trade. It was the trade fairs last week, so there's quite a lot of empty gaps because dealers haven't been in and restocked.
So being hit hard is a good thing.
Oh, yeah, it's great. Yeah, it's a great thing. So these signs here are all related to the web.
Okay, how does that work then?
So 731 is actually the number that the dealer is.
Right.
So if you go onto our website, I'll show you our website, you'll see, you know, they've got lots of items on the website, and when people come in, they'll probably show us a bit of paper and have the dealer number on. We can take.
So you're making it very easy for people to buy.
Yeah.
And I see that everything is priced up, which is absolutely vital. And a friend of mine, Vince Page, who has antique centres as well, is one of his bugbears that dealers don't price stuff up.
Everything's got to be priced
up. And do you have that kind of rule?
Everything has to be priced. Everything has to be priced. And we do try and ask dealers, if possible, to use our labels so that, you know, there's got the dealer number on there, it's got their stock number, it's got their prices, and then the full description, and then this number here. Okay, if they went onto their website and put that number underneath where the magnifying glass is, there'll be 6 photographs of this item with the dimensions and everything. You can buy it as you're sitting at home.
And do you find that more and more people are buying that way? Because I think COVID really pushed things along, didn't it?
I do think that COVID, you know, the web really took off in COVID, and we really ramped up, put even more photographs on in COVID. But what I do think that it's slowed down a bit now, and we're doing a lot on social media.
Yeah.
And I do think that a lot of people are looking at what's on the web, and then they come in and actually look at it and touch, feel and see it.
Okay, and do you feel that a lot of people now really want to do that?
Yes, very much so. Get the key for this.
Yeah.
I think it'd be really good to see this working.
Because
they're in another building photographing.
Oh, right.
I can get them over to show you, because this, you won't see anything like this before.
Okay. Oh, right. Okay, so this is the photographic studio.
So I think it would be good to show you this actually working in operation.
I'd like to, yeah.
So if I get my guys, because they're just in another building at the moment, to come and just put a couple of items through.
Brilliant.
So you can see all this working, because this is really quite different.
I mean, this is kind of top-end auctioneer kind of territory, isn't it?
No, nobody's got these at the
Nobody's
moment.
got them.
I think Christie's were looking at them, and Sotheby's were looking at them, but we've had these in for 12 months now.
And tell me what's so special about them?
It's the speed in which we can get items uploaded onto the web. So we've actually built a system whereby we can actually be keying it in. The person here is actually got the item either in there or there, and he's operating the cameras from that, while the other person's typing it in.
Amazing.
And then they photograph it and it's straight up.
Brilliant. If you don't mind calling them over.
Get them over and get them over.
Yeah, when they come over, we'll catch up, right. So how long have you owned the centre for?
So my father started Hemswell in 1986.
Right.
And I took over in 99 after losing my father and stepmother.
Oh, right.
So I kind of have given it the corporate identity that it required to take it to the next level.
Yeah, but you must have expanded it since then.
Huge.
So how big was it, Robert, when you took it over?
Ask the men if they can you ask Nathan and Anne if they would just come over and do one in the jewellery and one in the big one.
Yeah, no problem. We'll pick
Brilliant. So yeah, how big was it when you took it over?
So we had the 3 buildings 1 and 2, and we've rented building 3. And since I took over, we've done an extension on building number 1. We've bought building 3, and we've done this building here. Oh, and we built a new store as well.
So, oh my goodness me, I mean, you never stop it. How many square feet in total? Do you even know?
We've got 68,000 square feet,
That's a lot. Is it the biggest in the country?
biggest in Europe.
Is it?
Yeah. And we're full. We're absolutely full to the gunnels.
That's absolutely
And
amazing.
we've got a waiting list. Give you an idea, we put 12 cabinets in last week and we filled everyone within a week without even advertising.
But isn't that a very good sign as well? Not only that you're running a very good business, which I know you are,
Yeah.
but the state of the market as well.
I think it's what you put in, you get out.
Well,
We're marketing very strongly. You know, we've just started marketing very heavily in China.
Have you?
And in China, in February, we had 59,000 hits or views on our Little Red Book channels on WeChat and 5,000 engagements.
You know, that's incredible.
So, you know, but we're doing things outside the box.
Yeah.
You know, which you've got to do.
And do you think the safety in numbers with dealers? I mean, you've got almost 400 dealers. You know, no dealer competes with another one. And often when I had antique shops, I had an antique shop, several in Barnard Castle, with 12 other dealers, and people would say, oh, you know, I bet you're fed up, you've got dealers all around you. Not at all. The more dealers, the better.
I think
They bring them in, don't they?
I think it's healthy. It also keeps them on the toes and very competitive.
Yeah.
And I think there's dealers being done amongst dealers themselves.
Well,
and I
that
don't
often
think
happens.
I don't think that's a problem at all. I think that's a good thing, really.
It is a good thing. And I did notice also you've got Lapada members.
So Andrew's been with us for 3 or 4 years now. Stands the NEC and some of the London fairs.
Yeah.
And, you know, obviously with the London fairs as they are at the moment, the NEC, there's a lot of people wanting space.
Well, that's right.
And I think I've probably got 4 or 5 of them here already. And I think in the last month, I've had another 3 or 4 approach me and I haven't got any space.
Wow. I mean, that's a very good problem to have, isn't it?
So that's why we're looking at the new extension and building on that.
Incredible stock. And I must say the variety of stock is absolutely... look at that fossilised mammoth tusk. Now, I'll just... Because some viewers might be going, oh my God, that's ivory, it's illegal. It's not illegal. Mammoth tusk, ancient fossilised mammoth tusk is legal. Just in case we get people shouting.
Yeah, it's an incredible.
Isn't it amazing? Isn't it absolutely amazing?
That's the most expensive piece we've got in Hemswell.
Dare I ask how much it is? 43,000. There's the
It
ticket
is
there.
on the website.
Well, there you go. Well, I mean, it's got China written all over it, hasn't it?
Yeah. So I've got a lot of dealers from all over the UK, Europe, America, Australia, currently in Hemswell. Obviously with Brexit that has affected the dealers, and we've now down to probably 3 or 4 dealers from Europe.
Right.
Which is a great shame, of which this is one of our French dealers, puts a lot of effort in and is trying to, you know, make it work.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely, yeah.
so,
Well, there's nothing more certain in life than change, Robert, is there? I mean, it's just how you deal with change.
Yeah, it's been a shame because I did have about 12 dealers from
Right.
Europe, and now I've only got 4.
But do you find that trade has picked up within the country? Because I make videos with a watch dealer, one of the biggest watch dealers in the country. And he says that, yes, his European market has dried up, but he's got very many more British buyers because they're not now buying in Europe. So is it swings and roundabouts? Are people finding
I
that?
think so. I mean, we're doing more overseas than we've ever
Yeah.
done. But we did a lot, like I say, during COVID, we did a hell of a lot abroad.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, I never took my foot off the right throttle. We're doing some really clever digital marketing.
Yeah.
And I think that has really put us in good stead.
Yeah.
And we're growing. It's a very exciting time for the business.
And I can sense that the excitement from you is palpable. It's very energizing. You come to work, I'm guessing, and really enjoy what you do.
I love what I do, and you don't know who you're going to meet on a daily basis.
That's it, isn't it? And it's a great business for that, whether it be dealers or collectors from around the world.
Yeah, and there's some very affluent clients who come in here who are very down to earth, and that's really, really nice for me, you know.
But isn't it funny you say that? Is that you are absolutely right. Sometimes when you meet people, and they may be celebrities or very wealthy people, you think they're going to be not normal people. Yeah. But the common denominator is they're all just normal people.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah,
Very much
nice.
So. Yeah. So, you know, in here, so this dealer is from Yorkshire, this dealer here is from Bath, that dealer there with the paintings, he's from Leicester. Stephen, he's based in Leeds direction. This is a local dealer here. So I know where all my dealers are from in the UK. So for example, I might have something going to Bath.
Yeah.
And I say to the dealer that's coming in, can you deliver this on the way home for us?
Right,
And
yes.
I'll kind of work with the dealers, so it gives them a bit of petrol money as well.
Yeah, yeah.
And that works really, really well.
And it's great camaraderie, and it's good to do someone a favour.
Yeah.
It makes you feel good, and then you'll get a favour in return. What goes around comes around.
Something that we do on the back end of the website, so we've got the dealer portal. So
Yeah.
on the dealer portal, anybody that's got anything to sell,
Yeah.
we put onto the dealer portal, which goes onto the back end of the website, and
Right.
the dealers can look at that, and then they can ring and make an offer
Right.
to the individual person.
Oh, I
at home.
see. So you've got
But
like
we
an
don't
internal
charge-
thing.
Yeah, so we don't charge commission for that. We do charge a listing fee of £12
Yeah.
to put it on there, but it's a great source for the general public.
Yeah.
You know, if they want to sell items.
It's absolutely incredible. And it's so good to see that. I mean, this is a very big business, but you've got your finger on the pulse.
Yeah.
You could be
got
sat in your desk. Yeah.
I'm very hands-on.
Yeah, it seems that way. Yeah, I mean, I find it fascinating that you know who the dealers are in the spaces. That's a really interesting
I
sign.
mean, I have taken on an ops director recently, Paul. I think you met earlier this morning.
I bumped into him when I arrived. I did, yeah.
He's recently joined us after COVID.
Yeah.
And has really helped me to. He's taken the pressure of staffing away from me.
Yeah, that must be a real. Oh gosh.
Taking the pressure of
People management, eh? Antiques are easier to manage than people.
It was very hard coming back after COVID. After the third time, it was really difficult.
In what way, Robert?
Staff didn't want to work
Yeah.
the hours for full-time contracts.
It's amazing how many multi-millions of people around the world just suddenly thought, you know what, I don't want to work as much.
Yeah.
Happened, didn't it?
And that was a really difficult one for us, and we lost probably 8 to 10 staff because of that.
Right.
So to refill those positions
Yeah.
has been quite a challenge. But we've got there, and we're in a good position now, and we're still recruiting, but we're back up to where we were. But now we're looking for, anybody that speaks Mandarin, for example.
Wow.
If they're looking for part-time work.
Well, we should do a shout out. If you're watching this and you speak Mandarin, get in touch with Robert Miller.
And then in here we've got a little coffee shop. This is the smallest coffee shop.
Oh, you've got more than one?
So we've got a really big one in building number 1.
Yeah.
But this is just.
Oh, this is nice.
If you want coffee and cake.
Oh, lovely.
Everything's freshly prepared by ourselves. And this is, this will get very busy during the course of the day. And the one in building number 1, that does hot food, and that is extremely busy at lunch.
Wow, I think that's probably where I'll be going for my lunch a bit later. Yeah.
Okay.
Shall we go and see if we can see some photography going on?
Yeah, let's see if they're here.
So this is the team, Robert.
So this is the web team. This is a new investment we put in.
Hi there.
So this is Anna
Hello, Anna.
Nice to
and
meet you.
Nathan.
Nathan.
They've been with us now doing this for about 12 months. We've had this in. It must be
Right.
Nearly about 12 months, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
And the whole idea was to improve the quality of the images that we're putting up.
Right.
And increase the speed and the number of items that we're putting onto the website.
Okay, so is it Anna or Nathan? Who's going to do it?
Anna's going to
I'm going to list.
list the item,
Yeah.
and then Nathan's going to actually photograph it. Yeah.
Right.
So, do you want to do what you normally do?
Shall I time you?
No. That's a bit unfair. Yeah? That's a bit unfair.
3, 2, 1, go.
So it's obviously a very complex system we've got here, because you've got 400 dealers behind the back end of the website.
Yeah.
So every dealer has their own password,
Yeah.
and they have to go into the dashboard. So Anna's loading the item into the dashboard, as you can see here, what the item is.
And what item are you doing, Anna?
So I'm doing the, this is a 19th century Amari bottle vase that Nathan's about to photograph now.
And where is it?
So it's just gone.
Can
in.
I go around
Go
there?
around
Yeah.
Certainly, mate.
Okay,
Peek-
so
peek
you-
through the door if you would.
Okay, so there you go, very good, Imari. So Japanese Meiji period, 1868 to 1912, I would say. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay, and there you. Hello.
Hi.
Okay, this is.
behind you. There it is.
Oh, and that's it there, right? In real time, yeah.
So what you'll see, David, is this
Yeah.
person, you'll see the dealer number. Okay, so you can see who the dealer number is, 1613, behind the wall, Door Antiques.
Yeah.
This person's got 34 credits left out of how many he's purchased. Okay,
So that's 34 photographs.
No, 34 credits. So he can put 34 items. We can put 34 items onto the web for him.
Got
because
you.
that's how many credits he's got.
Okay, stop
Okay.
there a minute. What are you doing, Nathan,
I'm
here?
just checking this is centralised, so that when the machine starts to spin around and take the photos, it'll take 30 consecutive photos, which will then knit themselves together to make the turnable view on the website central, so that it doesn't spin off kilter.
So what we're doing, Dave, is we're only putting items really over 400 to 500 pounds on this big machine here.
Yeah.
To do the 360 spin. We will do items for less than that, but we won't do the spin. So the spin 360 takes up 2 credits, whereas just doing a photograph of an item is 1 credit.
Wow.
Because there's more work involved in doing this.
It's an amazing machine you've got going here. And I don't just mean the photographic equipment, I mean the whole business.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything quite like
Well,
it before
you
in
know,
the world of antiques.
If we want to sell, we've got to do this. And because we're selling all over the world, we need to be doing this. And it's the same with packaging and posting and everything. It's got to be the whole process all the way through.
Incredible.
Right,
Okay,
I'll
so
set it go.
have you loaded that then? Have you loaded that on now?
Not quite yet, no, sorry.
So it'll whiz away and do its thing. So it takes a photo, rotates a certain amount, takes another photo, all the way around until then it can put them all together.
So you can see this moving around here. Look.
Got you. And then it stitches them together.
Yeah, and in between that as well, it'll take a secondary photo that differentiates between the item and the background. So it puts a really bright light behind the item so that the camera can tell and cut out the item as well. So that 360 will be, it won't appear as it does there, it'll appear cut out and you can manipulate it as you would like.
Robert, this is ridiculous. Let's be honest. For the world of antiques. I mean, you're really breaking the mold here.
You've got to do it if you want to sell. You've got to do it.
It's exciting, isn't it?
Ah, it is, it is.
You know,
I
I
love
think-
just this process, you give it its time and then it'll do the magic for you. as it
And,
were.
and do you think, Nathan, this will be normal in 10 years' time?
I think for especially the higher end, yeah, definitely. Just because it means that you can do distance selling without having to
Yeah.
bring people to us. You can take the item to them.
I think
That-
you
that's
are
it.
10 years ahead. You've got to be.
Well, I think there's a lot of auction houses that would love to have this facility, but it's gotten expensive, and I'm kind of dipping my toe in and just giving it a.
That's now gone.
Just you've got to do these things if you want to sell worldwide.
You love spending money on stuff, Robert, don't you?
I'm just I'm just inspirational coming up with new ideas to sell. You
I love
can't
it.
Stand still.
I absolutely love it.
So that's it loaded.
So all the photography is done.
It is.
So, Anna, what's your role now? What are you going to do?
So now everything's done, I just need to click done on here.
Yeah.
So if we just do that, and then it should appear now on our website.
There it is.
Wow. Okay.
There it is. There it
Wow.
is.
Okay, so there it is. Can we see the 360?
We certainly can. So if I set that, there it is.
Well,
In all its glory.
I mean, you would.
Slow that down, obviously.
So
Yeah, I might go a bit dizzy there.
I can just take you to any point that, I'd like to look at one side, maybe the other.
Okay, so if I'm a buyer in China, I'm looking at that
Yeah.
on the screen. It genuinely is as good as looking at that in reality.
And if I want to
You'd
show
buy
you,
it, wouldn't you?
If I want to show you the top, I
Oh.
can show you the top.
Okay, stop there. Let's have a look at that top. Okay, so I'm 10,000 miles away looking at that,
And then,
and I'm with it 10 inches away.
the same with the bottom.
It's just as good.
And the hot spot on it. Have you got a hot spot?
What's a hot spot?
So the hotspot is a thing we can add on the 360 view. You'll see it down here. And if I click through onto that, it'll take you directly to the photo of the relevant location. Really useful for hallmarks and maker's marks and signatures.
So you can go in tight on something.
Yeah, and you can find something that Anna will have mentioned in the description you know, if it's got a signature or a hallmark glass.
Yeah. It's impressive stuff, Anna, isn't it?
It is.
It
yeah.
really is.
Yeah, it is.
Did it take a very long time to get to grips with?
It took a little while, yeah, a bit of training, and it's like anything, you know, once you've been using it a while, we've got, you know, used to it now, and enjoy using it. Yeah, it's good.
It is very
It was
exciting.
very nerve-wracking to
Yes,
start,
it
wasn't
was.
it?
It
It was
was.
nerve-wracking because it was new,
Yeah.
and it's a big investment, and learning
Yes.
how to actually do this. There's a lot of that you've learned as you've gone along, haven't you? We brought the company in to give us some training after we'd been using it for probably 3 or 4 weeks, didn't we?
Yeah,
And-
yeah, we've been
and it
kind
was-
of playing with it and seeing what we could do without anyone saying, oh, and you can do these things. And that was really useful because then they came along, answered any queries we had, and then just added to what
Brilliant.
we already knew.
Incredible. Right. Let's continue.
Brilliant. Okay.
Thanks, guys. Great to meet you both.
Thanks so
All
much.
right, thank you.
Thank you.
And you.
You like as a cameraman. And we definitely will continue in interview part 2 with Robert Miller from Hemswell Antiques Centre coming soon. The reasoning behind it, Robert, is questionable. Funky though.
Yeah, very different.